And action.
Okay, so your directorial debut.
Yes.
First of all, you got roughed up today.
I did. Yeah, it's hard to hide what goes on in this movie when I have to be like in this condition for the interview. But you know, this is the most exciting occupational experience in my life, you know.
Why? Why this for your directorial debut? Why this story? Why here?
Well, you know, it's inspired sort of by multiple fronts. I mean, we set the movie in Louisiana because I really love shooting in Louisiana. I worked here last summer on a film called Straight A's with Anna Paquin. I had done a film in New Orleans pre-Katrina. I love New Orleans. I'm actually looking for a small place there as like a second. And the swamp, man, it's just like, you know, I've seen very few movies who have maximized it to its full potential. And in doing research for this movie, I watched a lot of the show Swamp People. And if you watch Swamp People, the photography is incredible. And you just, when you watch it, you can't help if you have a visual sense or a visual eye to think of how great it would look up on the big screen. And so that's one of the things that drew me to this area in specific. And
you wrote this script. You star in this film. You're also directing it. How logistically does that work?
I don't know. When you put them all three together, it sounds like I'm making it on my own money or that it's a complete vanity thing, which it's not. I mean, it's the movie's a thriller. There is a sort of there's an aspect to blending my true life and the life of life experiences of certain friends of mine, and at the same time, it's a fun, you know, scary movie in the vein of like Misery, and I'm trying to do a modern version of Misery in a lot of ways.
So is that one of your next ambitions, to be one of the great directors in Hollywood? The next Clint, the next Paul, the next...
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm certainly inspired by the Coen brothers and Paul Thomas Anderson, Alexander Payne, and, you know, hopefully you could put together a body of work that resembles that. I do love the idea of being writer-director. What I love is, and I'm sure you guys will get shots of it, but this structure we got to build, where my character is held captive, is completely by my own design and is exactly what we were writing the script to. So that's an incredibly rewarding thing, to really create a whole world on your own, where you're not taking someone else's story and trying to find your way into it. You kind of, these characters, the way they speak, this setting is really all out of the imagination of myself and my co-writer, which is really, that's so rewarding. I can't even tell you. Every day getting up to go to work in this environment is exciting.
Yeah.
You know, one of the important things for me in having a first experience as a filmmaker was that the crew and the cast be happy every single day, and having accomplished that is a great achievement. You know, I think that transfers to the final product. If people are enjoying it while they're making it, and you know, they're into it. And you know, I've been on the sets of over 30 movies as an actor and in other ways, and this is one of the first where people walk around quoting lines all day. You know, they're just super into the content, and it makes it more fun for everybody.
It's like living in a dream for a kid, you know, to be able to experience.
Right, and for me, I mean, that day in particular was a banner day of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, making my first film in a location like this, on a real movie day, you know, when you have live gators and animal wranglers, and then to have my kids here with me, watching me direct my first film was like, and I had sort of red-lettered that day weeks before, knowing that it would be one of the best days of my life, and it was. And it's a cool thing to appreciate that, or to see it coming and have it live up to what you hoped. And you know, and it's a lot of work to get a movie made, and it's taken me about a year to have this happen. And they've seen the struggle and the ups and downs and the delays the kids have. So there isn't a certain investment for them, and a pride that they take in having seen their dad made it happen, and you know, and they're part of it.
So they understand the sense of accomplishment that comes along with this, because they're still young, but they get it.
They are, but Ava just turned 13, and Deacon turns 9 today, in fact. This is his birthday, and you know, and they've been around the business. Their mother's in the business. You know, a lot of friends and associates of each family is, you know, and so there's an awareness that they have that might be a little bit beyond most kids their age.
Do you think they will go into showbiz? Do you encourage that?
You know, I don't encourage it. I wouldn't necessarily discourage it. I think there have been times in my life where I think I'd like them to do something that maybe matters a little more. You know, whatever. It's like, but I think this can too in some ways, and I've certainly had a change of heart in that regard. And I don't know. I feel like the personalities are maybe, you know, not so performer inclined, or you know, maybe they'll find something. Maybe they'll be a director, or you know, but they're still taking shape.